Ladies and gentlemen, fifth grade friends, we are back again and we are going to be drawing out our alien landscapes today. We've been talking about landscapes. We practiced drawing some in our notes. We've talked about some vocabulary, and now today we're actually going to draw out our alien landscape. With you, I am going to draw a very basic general option for your landscape. And then it'll be up to you to put in it some individual things to make it a bit more interesting. Today we're going to worry mostly about the land, and we will address the sky much later. If you watched my video last week all the way through with the landscape notes, you would have seen a preview of this landscape that we're going to draw today. It's not hard at all. Okay, for some of you, you are going to be doing this in your sketchbook. However, if you are at home today and you have access to those white sheets of paper, the ones that you got in your box, you should have received the one large one that we use for your toy drawing and two smaller ones. Okay, if you have one of those smaller papers, that is the paper I want you to draw this on today. But if not, since I have a feeling that many of you have misplaced this by now, or it's wandered off at your house somewhere, or you accidentally already used it, that's totally fine. You may also do this in your sketchbook. Where actually I'm going to do mine. Okay, your project for this is going to take up this entire page. You are not going to pull it out of your sketchbook. Just leave it here. Okay. I have my trusty pencil. It is nicely sharpened, so let's go ahead and start. First thing you always draw for any and every landscape is your horizon line. So I'm going to go ahead and about halfway through my landscape, I'm going to draw a line across. And no, my line is not straight, and no, I did not use a ruler, and you shouldn't use one either. Just something generally across is all that you need. We actually are going to be drawing a landscape that has a big crevice in it, like a canyon or a big crack in the earth. And so because of that, we need a secondary horizon line below the first. So I'm going to come below here a little bit, not too particularly low, and just draw a secondary horizon line. Okay. This section up here is land, and everything below it that we see right now is underground. So if we were to stand on this planet right now, all we would have is this little teeny tiny scrap of land. Let's give our planet some more land. I'm going to come to this very corner over here on the side of my second horizon line, and from here I'm going to draw a zigzag line from here to approximately the middle on the bottom. I'm going to come across and come in and out, not like absolutely crazy, but some zigzag, okay? And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to come to this point on the left of the very end of my second horizon line, and I'm going to zigzag out until I get to the middle. So I'm just coming out, going to ziggy-zaggy a little bit. Just like that. Okay. Kind of want to angle this one down some more so that it meets this point, because this looks pleasantly awkward. There we go. Not bad. Okay. Some of you, depending on how you drew your ziggy-zaggy lines, might have some space here in the middle. So you might need to draw a secondary shape in there, and I can show some of you how to do that too. But for the most part, you should be okay. Right now we've got a lot of lines on here, and we're not quite sure what we're looking at. These corner areas, or these side areas, are more land that we can walk on. This top stripe is land that we can walk on, but all of this is a hole in the ground, and we need to show that it's a hole in the ground. So we're going to draw some very complicated lines to make it look like the earth from here is going down into that hole. And I giggle when I say complicated because it's not really. It's very, very simple. All you need to do is go to any of the points and just the point. That's the only one that'll work. And you're going to start there and go straight down and stop. And then I'm going to go to the next one and go straight down and stop. Stop when you would run into another line. Every single one of these goes straight down and stops. These points now have become cliffs that you could go across, hop over, or look down over into this hole. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Go to a point and come down. Same thing over here. Going to this point and coming down. And these lines don't have to be perfectly straight. They're totally fine if they curve and stuff because they're supposed to be like rock formations. Okay, now I have cliffs on both sides that are leading into this big empty canyon hole type area. Okay, so this takes care of kind of our foreground, well, not our foreground, but our midground. For us, our midground, we have two main areas where we can put things on top of land, and we also have this crevice where if we wanted to put like plants growing out of here or maybe some like weird alien thing climbing out of a hole, we could do that. We could also put like a spaceman ladder going over the edge and down into that hole. Okay, if I really wanted to, I could put another kind of horizontal line down here and have this be like a lava pit, right? The options for this alien planet are pretty much up to your imagination and are fairly endless. Okay, for our background for this particular landscape, we are going to be making a mountain range. Now, we think of mountains here in the US. When I say mountain, almost every single time I get a triangle type shape from my students. And it's not completely inaccurate to draw mountains that way, and you'll find this out in 6th grade. You'll learn about how tectonic plates move, the like surface areas of the earth, and how when they jam into one another, they push up and they create these mountains. It's really kind of a cool phenomenon, but who knows if mountains are that shape on an alien planet? You can totally imagine them however you would like. However, I need at least 3 layers of mountains. So I'm going to draw you some today that are triangular shaped, and that's fine if you want to copy that shape. If you want to make yours more jagged or more rounded or whatever, that's fine too, but you need 3 layers of them. So you actually draw these layers from front to back. So I'm going to start by making 2 half mountains, one on the right and one on the left. So if this is my true horizon line right here, this upper line, I'm going to start by coming just below it and making half of a triangle. Now, mountains are not see-through, so I'm going to erase my horizon line that goes through this mountain, and you should as well. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to come just below this top line. And draw another little half mountain on that side. And again, I'm going to erase the horizon line that is inside of my mountain. Just that little bit. Okay. Next thing we're going to do is add the next layer of mountains. So my next mountain is going to start right on this horizon line. So I literally get to like put my pencil right on the line and go up and back. Done. That's layer 2. This mountain is behind these two. It is further away from me than these two. Last, I'm going to make my third mountain, and my third mountain is even further back. The only reason I can see it is because it's so large and it stands up from the horizon line. But honestly, it is way, way far away. It's as far away from me as I can see. So the bottom of it is still going to be here on the horizon line. But I'm not going to draw in front of either of these two mountains. I'm going to start on the edge of one and end on the edge of the other. So this one's furthest in the back, this one's slightly closer to us, it's in front, and these two are further in front still. Okay. Once you have this type of foundation of for your planet, okay, your job is to go back and reference your brainstorm. Okay, you should have a variety of things that you can add to your outer space picture. Okay, I didn't finish my brainstorm, so you probably have way more items than I do. But hopefully you got the opportunity to look online and find some things that you felt like would go well in your outer space, whether it's planets, asteroids, weird little alien type things, alien type buildings, little spaceman, maybe there's a rover, anything you really think you want to put on your planet is fine. Weird mountain formations, fine. Craters, fine. Okay. I leave that part up to you. Okay. Hopefully some of these things will help you. What I do not want you to do today is deal with the sky. Please leave the sky blank. But I need you to add at least 3 things into your picture. 1 into the foreground, 1 into the midground, and 1 into the background. Okay, so that means you need to draw at least one thing that goes from the bottom of the page to the top of the page. Whatever that one thing is totally up to you. You're going to draw one thing in the midground, so that means maybe it's something growing out of that hole, or maybe it's something standing around on these side edges or on the opposite side looking at us. Who knows? And then one thing in the background. Maybe you are going to draw like that alien city in the back, or maybe you are going to draw some other sort of like plant formation. Okay. Whatever it is, you want to add at least 3 of them. Okay. 1 foreground, 1 middle ground, 1 background. When you're done with that, this particular page, you are basically all done with. What I want you to do is, if you have a fine point black Sharpie like this one, okay, a little skinny guy, I would like you to trace this in Sharpie. Okay, make sure that you have erased any lines that go through your work. You don't want to show see-through things unless they're supposed to be there. So be very, very careful. And if you're not sure if everything is okay, just hold off. You can always show me in class, but hold off and, you'll be fine. So if you have drawn this, draw your 3 things in it, your foreground, middle ground, and background, and then you are done for the day. Okay, here I go. I have my crazy fantasy planet. I decided to put in like a lander for someone like you or me who might be here on this planet. This is my foreground item. It goes from bottom to top. I decided to add in a midground item that is, well, two midground items. One is a alien coming out of my like lake type area that is down here. Towards the bottom, and then I wanted to have another one, and I have a some sort of glowing electronic like welcome sign. I would also call that in the midground because it is still in a place where I can clearly see it, but like it's on a place where I would stand. And then I added some big like crystalline formations to one of my mountains, and I think I might add some more over here as well. But yeah, that is my three items. I went ahead and put four, but I've got three items here in my alien planet: foreground, middle ground, background. I've got my mountain range, I've got my pit here, my big crack in the earth, and all my land. Please, I'm begging you, do not color this without us. If you are done drawing, then you are all done for the day. Please take a picture of this and turn it in for credit for this week. And then also, if you just fair warning, you get points taken off if you copied Mrs. Dominic. That is not the point of this. The land shape, fine. Yes, if you followed along with me and drew what I drew as I was drawing, that was fine. But these other special items need to be all yours, and I should not see you copying anything that I've drawn. Okay? Good luck, and I will see you next time. Bye.